Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me now in a moment of silence?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fourth edition of the 2023 Indian Presscast broadcast. This game will be held here at the reservation between the PNG Indians against the Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes. The Buffaloes come into the game 3-0 after a win last week against the A-Leaf Taylor Lions. Last year, Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes beat the Indians 35-14 in district, but lost 29-21 in a playoff game for that long PNG state playoff run. The Buffaloes finished first last year in district, so they look to start it off here and finish how they finished last year. Buffalo's defense last year was very elite. They look to keep that going here tonight, as they only allowed 35 points in district play last season. PNG did score the most out of any team in district last year against Fort Bend Marshall. PNG comes into the game 2-1 after an overtime win against the West Orange Stark Mustangs, 26-20. Great game. And PNG is trailing in the all-time series between Fort Bend Marshall, four losses to 1 win. Important injuries from the PNG side is quarterback and athlete Shea Adams. But stepping into his role is the very talented sophomore quarterback, Connor Bailey. Fort Bend Marshall kicking away to start the game. Returned by number 6, Chase Johnson, makes 2 miss and gets up to the 19-yard line. As always, I am joined by my friends, Mr. Tobias and Ella Owens. P&G will start with the ball at the 20-yard line. Offensive players to look out for on the Indian side of ball is number 9 sophomore quarterback Connor Bailey, senior wide receiver number 80 Noah Washington, and receiver number 28 Reed Richard. 3 receivers to the near side and none to the far with a single back, Isaiah Nguyen in the backfield. Bailey hands it off to Nguyen. Nguyen up the middle, gets up to about the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 31. That'll be a first down on the first play for the Indians. Isaiah Nguyen, very, very big touchdown against West Orange Stark in overtime. Same play for the Indians. Hands it off to Nguyen. Nguyen gets up to the 36-yard line as he's brought back, but forward progress will leave him at the 36. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Indians at the 36-yard line. Important player back active this week is number 7, Sean Gardner. You'll see him on both sides of the ball at receiver and linebacker. 1 receiver to the far side and 3 to the near. Single back is Isaiah Nguyen. Bailey hands off to Nguyen. Nguyen up the middle. Gets tackled at the 38-yard line. P&G, more receivers than usual this week. Usually just have 2 receivers, maybe 3. Start off the game with 3 on every play but 1. And the extra one, we had 4 receivers. But on this play, there'll be a heavy set here. 2 tight ends on the play. It's a normal, traditional look for P&G. 2 receivers to the near side. That would be number 11, London Nunley, and number 80, Noah Washington. Running back is still number 33, Isaiah Nguyen. Hands off to Nguyen. Nguyen up the middle, stopped around the line. Nguyen pushes from extra yards. Mark him down at the 39. 40. There will be a gain of 2. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Indians. Indians offense stays on the field. Very heavy set for the Indians as they add another tight end and an extra O-lineman. As Fort Bend brings in a big D lineman. That will probably be 12 players on the field. Timeout by the Fort Bend side as some miscommunication with some substitutions.
We are happy to bring this broadcast to you. We'll take a moment while there's a stoppage in play to thank our sponsors for the broadcast for the year. Cascade Machinery Vibration Solutions and Maria's Diner. We thank you for your support of P&G football and Indian Press, Indian Sports in this broadcast. Also our business partners for the year. Couldn't do what we do without Leo Weeks Photographers, The Complete Athlete, Farmers Insurance, James Carpenter Agency, and La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant.
Thank you to those wonderful people. Some defensive players to look out for on the Fort Bend side is sophomore middle linebacker Noriel Pac-Man Dominguez, as we'll stop on that to watch this play. Fumbled the snap. Bailey picks it up around the 41-yard line. That may be enough for a first down. They mark him down at the 40. Maybe a bad spot. It'll end up being a turnover on downs on the fumbled snap. Fort Bend takes over at the P&G 40-yard line as they look to start off the game after a big defensive stop and punch in the first.
Break in one more time here while Caden, give him a minute to take a breath. But if you manage to see the broadcast go out tonight, just please refresh your YouTube, click off the broadcast, click back on it. All week long at the school, Caden may attest to this. We've had some internet issues at the school. You may see some of that tonight. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, just be patient, click back on the broadcast, and you should be able to find us sooner or later.
First play on the Fort Bend side on the offense was a screen to the left side thrown by the quarterback. Number 6, senior quarterback, that is Caleb Wright Jr. He is a very important player to watch out for. Also maybe looking out for sophomore backup quarterback for Fort Bend Marshall. That will be number 15, Caden Johnson. 2 running backs in the backfield for Fort Bend Marshall. Quarterback drops the snap. He'll roll out right. And is stopped in the backfield by number 26 for the Indians. Big stop there by Dylan Talbert. Fumbled snap. PNG takes advantage of it. Fort Bend Marshall, very complex look on offense. They'll have some different formations that you don't see a lot with. They'll run some 3 tight ends, 2 running backs, 4 receivers. They don't really have a one traditional offense.
It's worked for them this year, the 3-0.
Quarterback steps back, throws it to the running back in the backfield on the screen. He is tackled around the 30. I'll mark him down at the 30. That should be about a 4th down if the spot is right. That'll be 4th down and inches for the Buffalo offense.
Refs making you earn it with the spots tonight.
They give him the 1st down. Right. Pulls the ball on the option. That'll be a pass interference call. A little question. Running back in the backfield for the Buffaloes is number 24, Peyton Long, sophomore running back. Buffalo running back room is very, they have a lot of running backs. They'll spread out their run game to about 6 running backs, actually. About 26 carries last week in Salif Taylor, and all of them were spread out between running backs such as Peyton Long and Gerard Howard and Javion Bobb and all the other men. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far with 2 running backs in the backfield for Fort Bend Marshall. Quarterback right, gets a snap, rolls out left, looks downfield, looks in the middle of the field to number 4 and is way overthrown. Good 1st down stop right there by the Indians. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the same spot at the 23-yard line. Fort Bend Marshall looking to get. Fort Bend Marshall is just a little bit in the red zone here. Sorry, that is at the 18-yard line. Fort Bend has 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near with the 2 running backs. The 2nd running back in the backfield is number 17, Darrell Taylor. That's a receiver marked down, so be looking more for a pass out of the backfield to number 17. Right, receiver motions left, fakes the pitch to the receiver, hands it off to number 24. Stopped in the backfield by number 4, Mason Winchell. Mason Winchell, very important player to be watching out for on the defensive side, along with number 43, Isaac Uristegi, and number 24, Max Scroggs. Max Scroggs hurt all of last year, didn't get much playing time, but came back this year better than ever and is a very good leader on the defensive side of ball for the Indians. Buffaloes with 3 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Single back formation. That big offensive line they have. Running quarterback rolls out left, throws it to the receiver. It is brought down at the 14-yard line. It is 4th down and just about 7 for the Buffaloes. Looks like they'll go for it. Offense stays on the field. Scratch that. They will send out the kicking team to try to put up the first points of the game. 0 field goals last week against Alif Taylor. Just 3 extra points, and 1 of them was missed. So maybe looking off a first time kicking a field goal in a while for the kicker. See if he can't miss one real quick.
You can always hope.
Good snap, and the kick is short, blocked by the PNG special teams, and sure enough, just like we hoped, PNG special teams with a big stop hold Fort Bend Marshall to 0. Another amazing PNG Indians defensive stop led by number 4, Mason Winchell, on the big field goal blocked.
Well, you called it right there. You can go buy my lotto ticket after the game.
You'll win.
Yeah. Just a reminder, if you're sitting with us for halftime, the Port Neches Middle School and Groves Middle School bands will be performing with our Purple Pride Band at halftime. We will, of course, let the cameras roll during halftime so you can watch that.
Very good opportunity for those guys. We have 3 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near with Nguyen in the backfield. Bailey gets a snap, steps back, looks to the middle of the field. Throws it downfield to Sean Gardner. Sean Gardner drops it at around the 50. It'll be incomplete. A little frustrated after that, but back on the field for the first time in a while. On the offensive side, maybe for the first time in his Indians career. Didn't play offense last year, but they move him to receiver and linebacker this year. Doesn't have a typical receiver build, I would say, but he sure has some speed after he got past that defensive back right there.
Definitely was on that pass.
We'll have 1 receiver to the far side and 2 to the near. Single back, running back in the backfield is Isaiah Wynn. Washington motions left. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn to the right side, gets up to the 26-yard line. He's brought back a little bit. They'll mark him down at the 27. It'll be 3rd and just about 4 here for the Indians. Receivers that have been in the game just about every play is number 7, Sean Gardner, number 80, Noah Washington, and number 11, London Nunley. London Nunley will serve as the backup quarterback just in case Bailey goes down as well. Shea Adams is out this game. We have 3 receivers to the far side and none to the near with Isaiah Nguyen in the backfield on his left side. Bailey rolls out left, looks in the middle of the field, hits London Nunley on the sideline. That'll be enough for a first down. Brought down at the 31. Strike up Cherokee.
It's a good sound.
First down and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Indians. Fort Bend Marshall stacked with a lot of college talent as they got a little bit younger this year after a very well experienced team last year. PNG offense also very young, still very good. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn to the right side, finds a hole up to the 39-yard line. They'll mark him down around the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line. Good 9-yard run there by Isaiah Nguyen as he waits patiently and finds the hole like he always seems to do. This game, Isaiah Nguyen is averaging a good 6 to 7 yards just about every single run, which is very productive for a running back in high school. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks in the middle of the field, throws it downfield to number 80, Noah Washington. Maybe a little pass interference, but flies over the officiator's head. Number 8, Seth Brisboe, checks into the game as number 80, Noah Washington, checks out. Quarterback Bailey's under the center on this play as Fort Bend stacks up at the line looking maybe for a QB sneak or something like that. Even though he may not be in the game, Shea Adams being a very good leader on the sideline, relaying plays to the offensive side as PNG calls a timeout. First timeout of the half for PNG. About 5 minutes, 18 seconds left to go for the Indians. Very good defensive game so far for both sides. Nobody's scored yet, which is not really normal for these two teams, as both of them are a very high-scoring offense. Most teams usually put up just about 30-plus points every week. Thanks to the district realignment back in what, 2021 was that? Pretty sure that's the year.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're about to have another realignment come February.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Probably move us out even further.
There's days we had Livingston on the schedule.
Man. 3rd and 1 for the Indians here. As Fort Bend Marshall stacks up the line looking for a little short run here. Maybe look for a toss here to running back as they win. Bailey gets a snap, tosses it to Wynn. Wynn right up the middle. Wynn gets up to the 50-yard line as he's brought down We'll mark him down at the 49. Good play right there by the Indians, drawn up very well by the PNG coaches. Our amazing coach, Jeff Joseph, came in, led the Indians right away to a state run. Very historic. Very good job. 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Single back is Isaiah Wynn. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks to the left side of the field. He'll throw it to number 11, London Nunley. Be offline a little bit, just thrown out to the left a little bit. He's missed. 2nd and 10 from the same spot at the 49-yard line. Four receivers in the game has not been seen this year by us too much. Maybe with Connor Bailey being more comfortable in the passing game, you'll see that a lot more for a couple weeks until quarterback Shay Adams comes back. Has 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Single back is Isaiah Wynn again. Haven't seen any action from Blair Chatanier yet, as Washington motions left. Maybe makes a couple people jump. Doesn't see it, though. Hands off to Wynn. Wynn up to the opposite 48-yard line. PNG gets past the 50 for the first time this game. Third and 7 for the PNG offense here. We'll drop the mic right there. Don't worry about it. We're good. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Tight end in the game. Bailey steps back, looks to the left of the field. Throw it to number 7, Sean Gardner. Very well-placed ball right there. Just dropped by Gardner. Very good throw by. Not a lot of experience from Gardner or Bailey, but still making a very good pass there. PNG will punt it away to the Fort Bend side, try to pin him down inside the 15, 10-yard line. That'll be a nice spot to start him off with. It's only 4 minutes, 1 second left to go on the clock for the first quarter. Time is going, but we are working on some internet stuff, it seems. Internet's being a little choppy this week at our school. Maybe a delay of game. The PNG punt team, maybe just trying to make some room for this punt. Fun fact of the week is Fort Bend Marshall has 2 blocked punts this year. So maybe that's why we have 3 guys blocking for him up there. Snap by Winchell is good. Punt by Nunley hits around the 29 and is picked up around the 24-yard line. Buffaloes will start at their own 24-yard line and try to make a big drive here with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to go. Buffalo's offense, as they march onto the field, some more important players to watch out for on their side is junior receiver Andre Feast. He leads the team in yards and touchdowns and completions this year. 2 running backs and a tight end in the game for Fort Bend here. As they get the snap, hands it off to the running back. Pulls it, takes it himself. Read option, he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He goes nowhere. Big stop in the backfield by number 6, Chase Johnson, and number 20, Cameron Drody.
Also helped that he sort of ran in the back of his own guy there.
Yes.
A little bit.
Same 2 running backs in the backfield once again with 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Receivers in the game for Fort Bend Marshall are number 3, Andre Feast, number 4, Jacaden Ferguson, and unidentified receiver on the far side. 2 running backs. Main running back is number 24, Peyton Long. Receiver motions him. Fakes the toss and is stopped at the line again by number 49 for the Indians. Big D lineman right there, Andreas Fuentes. 3rd and 11 right here for the Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes. As PNG has made 2 consecutive goal line stands right here. Not goal line.
3rd down.
3rd down. 3rd down and 11. It'll be as one receiver checks out and the tight end checks in. Maybe see a run. Number 85 for Fort Bend Marshall, a tight end. Devin Pree. Be on the left side, maybe extra blocker as the quarterback. Sophomore quarterback rolls out right. Flag on the play, a false start on the Fort Bend side. Checking into the game is number 15, Caden Johnson. He's a sophomore quarterback. He's the backup quarterback for Fort Bend. Maybe a little bit more talented throwing-wise. He has a nice arm, good accuracy. As he has checked in a couple times, you'll see him here and there. He's not just to come in whenever they're winning by a lot or losing by a lot. They will check him in, see what he got. As he will get the snap, he will step back, looks to the left side of the field, thrown to the tight end, and is stopped by the PNG defense for another 3rd down stop. It is as Fort Bend Marshall will send in the punt group. Fort Bend Marshall will punt it away after that amazing stop by PNG.
Great pressure brought from all around.
Sophomore quarterback, like to note that he is 6'5", 215. Very big frame for a sophomore quarterback at that. Punting for the Buffaloes is number 82, Miguel Diaz. Bad snap, has to rush the punt a little bit. Still gets a good roll. It'll get him up to about the 40. Picked up at the 48-yard line. Good pressure there by the PNG side. And for a score update, I'll send it to my friend Ella Owen.
At Fort Bend Willow Ridge versus Nederland, the score is 0-14 with Nederland in the lead. And at Dayton versus Santa Fe, Dayton has 14 and Santa Fe has 7. Both are still in the first quarter.
Thank you, Ella. It's about 1 minute and 45 seconds left to go for PNG on this drive. Just the first quarter, so they will still have the ball, but we'll probably just flip sides at the end of the quarter. 1st and 10 at the opposite 48-yard line. In the game at running back is number 15, Blair Chatanier. First action we've seen of him. Washington motions left. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier gets to the left side, gets brought down around the 50-yard line. We'll mark him down like 49.5-yard line. 2nd and 9 for the Indians as a big tight end, number 48, Jagger Saunier, and checks into the game, and Sean Gardner checks out. 2 receivers to the near side, as that is number 80, Noah Washington, and number 11, London Nunley. Running back in the backfield is still number 15, Blair Chatanier. Bailey gets the snap, rolls out right. Looks to Noah Washington and is caught at the 47-yard line. Gain of about 4. That'll get us up to a 2nd and 5 for the Indians. 3rd and 5, sorry.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Oh. Third and 6 here with 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Bailey in the backfield at quarterback still. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks right for a quick pass to London Nunley. London Nunley steps out around the 39. That'll be enough for a 1st down. 1st down, Indians. Stops the clock at 20 seconds left to go. See if the Indians can't manage to score a little touchdown here. This first points of the game. Strike first. Strike hard, no mercy. Shout out.
Look
Cobra
at
Kai.
that reference to the Cobra Kai, a.k.a. Karate Kid franchise.
Very good show there. Shout out Balin Levine. Inspires me. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier on the left side up to the middle, breaks a tackle and fights for some extra yards, gets up to the 32-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 1 for the Indians, and they'll just let the clock run out here with 5-3, and they'll let it run out. At the end of the first quarter, it is tied 0-0. PNG with some very good momentum here, looking to strike the first points of the game, which were PNG, so that will probably happen here. The running game for PNG has been very strong. Passing game as well. A couple drops by Sean Gardner, but looks to clean that up here to start the second quarter as we flip sides to the other side of the field here. PNG looks to have the ball at the 32-yard line on the Fort Bend Marshall side. Is that same school district there? Fort Bend, Willow Ridge, Fort Bend Marshall. Same thing?
They're in our district, both of them. We will be at Willow Ridge
2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. Well, yeah.
Texas City next week.
Yes, and then Fort Bend Willow Ridge on the 7th. It'll be a hot one, probably one in the afternoon game. If you make it, plan to take a bit of cool water with you.
Hey,
Hydrate.
sports fans,
Hydration
time
is the
for
key.
another On the Spot!
Local water. Might be the best drinking water.
The Red Hot
Definitely
Chili
the
Peppers.
cleanest.
Hawaii.
PNG will start with the ball at 32. Three receivers to the far side and one to the near.
Cascade.
Bailey gets the snap, looks to the right of the field, fakes, looks down a little bit further, and it'll just throw it out. Good decision right there by the quarterback, Bailey. It'll be 3rd down and 1. And they'll put in a big, heavy set right here, looking to get a little run. As Fort Bend checks in a big D lineman to get a little stop here. Bailey gets the snap, makes one jump. Won't do anything about it, though. 3rd and inches here. Bailey tosses to Win. Win up the middle again. Win finds a hole, gets up to, fights for more extra yards, and he is down at the 15-yard line. Humongous gain of 15.
Well,
Runs with like 3 guys on his back for what, 5 yards? Very strong carry right there by number 33, Isaiah Wynn.
well into the red zone now, on the verge of scoring.
Having flashbacks of 2022 playoff run Isaiah Wynn. Some big runs last year. They have 2 receivers to the near side and one to the far with Wynn in the backfield. Washington motions left. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn up the middle. Gets up to about the 10-yard line, mark him down at the 11. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Indians here with 11 minutes left to go in the second quarter. A lot of time. Sure does look like Indians might just get the first points of the game here. As I send in the heavy set, look to see a run by the Indians again.
What's to say about these two teams, 0-0 right now, well in the second quarter.
Bailey, hard count. Nobody jumps. They look to the sideline for the play. Bailey gets the snap. Tosses to Win. Win up the middle again. Same play. Stopped at the line this time. Getting about nothing there, but it'll be 3rd down and 7. Brought back 1 yard. 3rd and 7 for the Indians. Has the big man check out and the skill guys check back in. Receivers checking in are London Nunley and Noah Washington and Sean Gardner. Sean Gardner and Noah Washington are on the far side, and London Nunley is the near receiver. Running back in the game now is number 15, Blair Chatanier. Be looking on the near side here for London Nunley. Gardner motions left. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks to the left of the field. Looks to the middle, down to Noah Washington, overthrown just a little bit. 4th and 6 now at the 12-yard line for the Indians as they send in the kicking team to put up 3 points here. Let's see if we can't just notch in for a couple points to start this game.
Were you at that game last year, the playoff game?
Which one? Because I'm sure I was at all of them.
The Fort Bend Marshall one.
Yes, very great game.
It was an intense atmosphere. All of Port Neches seemed like was there.
Superior seats, thanks to my mom, showing up an hour and a half early to every game. Or even 3 hours early to the Liberty Hill one. That was crazy. Snap is low. Fumbled snap. Bailey's stopped in the backfield. He is brought down. Bad snap. Couldn't get recovered from Bailey as he is hit hard in the backfield by the Fort Bend side. Big stop right there by the Fort Bend special teams. PNG fails to score the 3 points. Maybe a little bit of pressure on the field goal teams by both sides after a fumbled snap and a tipped kick on the Fort Bend side.
It's maybe a relatively low-scoring game the way it's headed now. Surprising.
Quarterback hands it off to the receiver on the motion number 3. Brings it way up to the 30-yard line. Fights for extra yards up to the 25, up to the 20. Very, very big run there by the Fort Bend Marshall receiver. That is number 3, Andre Feast. Quarterback in the game for Fort Bend Marshall is number 15, sophomore backup quarterback Caden Johnson. I wouldn't even say a backup quarterback. I'd say that's quarterback
Number 1?
1B. That 1A, 1B. Looks like the same set, just opposite side of the field with 3 receivers on this side, and near side, and 1 running back is number 24. Johnson gets the snap, takes it himself, and is stopped right at the line by number 26. That is Dylan Talbert again. PNG really limiting the quarterback run right here. Last year, Fort Bend Marshall quarterback was very successful in the run game in both games in district play and the playoffs. PNG eliminating that tonight. Very good job.
Great.
2 receivers to the far side and 2 to the near with the running back. Running back is still number 24, Peyton Long. Receivers are both stacked up. Johnson gets the snap as the receiver rolls out to the right. Ooh. Fumbled snap, picks it up, takes it himself up to the 20, brought down at the 18-yard line as he fights for some extra yards. Big stop again by the PNG defense. 3rd down and 8 at the 18-yard line here.
We may have some points on the board if it not be for this miscues on either side of the ball. Just, is it nerves, you think? Do you think they want this game that much that they're just a bit on edge?
Very important game by both sides. This could be a tiebreaker game for the first 2 teams in the district maybe here. As last year, Fort Bend Marshall did finish first and we finished second, so could be. Johnson hands it off to the running back, Long. Long stopped at the line and brought back for extra. That is marked down to the 20. Maybe some miscommunication between the quarterback and Long right there. 4th and 10 at the 20-yard line.
We got a field goal range, you think?
Probably. Fort Bend Marshall will keep the offense on the field. Out of field goal range at the 20-yard line. That's a first. As the PNG crowd breaks into a defense chant. 3 receivers to the far side as Johnson gets a snap, looks left, looks to the middle of the field, and is stopped. No one is near. Big 4th down stop by the PNG defense. Fort Bend Marshall held to 0 again. There's no points on the board.
It is a chess match right now.
This is a very different game. Looks nothing like usual, but I'll take it.
Nothing like that 29-21 contest we saw at Galena Park last year.
Let's bring it back to the Rashawn Johnson days. PNG versus Crosby, 72-69.
Only 10 touchdowns by Rashawn that game.
Just only.
Only.
But probably the most craziest game I've been to in my life. That was great. 3 receivers to the far side and 1-0 to the near. As Bailey hands it off to Wynn. Wynn gets up to the 23-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 there. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Indians. Sean Johnson running back now for the Chicago Bears, moving up the depth chart just about every week as he serves as the backup this week.
Just remind everyone in Port Neches who is new to being a Bears fan, don't worry. As a lifelong Bears fan, you just get used to this sort of results week after week.
Don't have to worry about that if you're a Cowboys fan. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far as Wynn is the running back here. As Gardner motions to the right side, Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn up the middle. Wynn finding holes that I can't even see from here, which is crazy. Wynn gets the Indians a first down here. New set of downs for the Indians as 2 receivers check out of the game. Maybe a miscommunication. I don't think we have 12 people on the field right now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe we do. All right. That was a sneaky substitution right there.
Just under 6 minutes left, and the Indianapolis are making their way down to the track.
2 receivers to the far side, and Wynn is the running back as Bailey hands it off to Wynn. Wynn gets stopped in the backfield. Fights to get back up to the line of scrimmage as he gets stopped by one of his own O-linemen, putting up some blocks. Couldn't quite get around the big fella. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Indians as number 17, Landon English, checks into the game. The 2 receivers to the far side are number 11, London Nunley, and number 17, Landon English. And the 1 receiver to the near side is Noah Washington. Running back is still number 33, Isaiah Wynn. Bailey motions Washington to the right. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn gets the right side. Doesn't really find a hole, gets stopped at the line again. 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Be looking for a pass downfield here. Indians trying to get a first down. Group, except for the running back, is number 15, Blair Chatanier. As Bailey motions English to the left, gets the snap, steps back, looks to the left side of the field, looks to the right, hits number 40, Jada Matute, as dropped. It's 4th down and 10. But before we punt it away, I'll send it to my friend Ella Owens for a score update.
At Fort Bend Willow Ridge versus Nederland, the score is still the same, with Nederland at 14 in the lead and Fort Bend Willow Ridge at 0, and they're in the 2nd quarter. And at Dayton versus Santa Fe, Dayton has 21 and Santa Fe has 7, also in the 2nd quarter.
Thank you, Ella. Dayton finished 3rd last year in district, starting off hot against Santa Fe. Punting for the Indians is number 11, London Nunley. High snap.
Oh.
Nunley gets it away.
Into the crowd.
And it is out around the 43-yard line. Bad snap, recovered well by the punter, London Nunley.
Just telling you, special teams tonight are not on their A game.
Let's see if P&G can change that first before Fort Bend Marshall does. As Fort Bend Marshall marches back onto the field, the quarterback is the senior, number 6, Caleb Wright. Caleb Wright, very dual threat quarterback, runs very well, leads the team, 2nd in the team on running yards or rushing yards. As we have 3 receivers stacked up on the left side with none to the far side. Hands it off to the receiver. Gets up to around the 50, 51, 54 as he rolls on top of a defender. 54. 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side for Fort Bend and 1 to the near side as the running back is still number 24, Peyton Long. Quarterback stays the same as it is number 6, Caleb Wright. Wright motions long to his left side. Motion number 14 to the left. False start on the Fort Bend side. Good catch right there by the referee. It'll bring them back to a 1st and 15 at the Fort Bend Marshall 49-yard line. There's 3 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Getting close to halftime, seeing if P&G can't get a stop here and march down the field and get a quick score. Same set with 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near for Fort Bend. Maybe some miscommunication on relaying the play as the play clock is down to 5 seconds. See if they can't get this snap off real quick. Motions the receiver to the left. Looks like a delay of game for the Fort Bend side. That'll bring it back an extra 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes all the way back at the 44-yard line. Couple penalties are changing the field position of the Buffaloes here, as they will have the same set. And looks like they will motion the receiver again. That is number 14, Jacorian Edwards. Right gets the snap, looks right to the running back, looks to the left side of the field, thrown to number 4. He is tackled around the 47-yard line. That's a big tackle by number 26, Dylan Talbert. Dylan Talbert having a very good game. Dylan Talbert, 4 tackles and 2 tackles for loss already. Very good game right there so far.
Good to see those defenders fly into the ball right there. It's a positive you can take away right now as we're still 0-0 with under 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half.
Wright gets the snap, looks to the left side, looks to the middle of the field. He'll take it himself. Looks to the middle again, breaks 1 tackle, gets brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll mark him down at the 38. It'll be 3rd and 3. Sounds like this play is going left.
We are next to the opposing team coaches, and they are not being too shy about what it is they're doing. But I digress.
Hands it off to the running back to the left side, and he is brought down around the 31-yard line. He stays in bounds. The clock is still running. As we see the first action in the game for number 44, Layden Williams, defensive lineman, as he checks out number 49, Andreas Fuentes. Receivers in the game for Fort Bend are number 14, Jacorian Edwards, number 4, Jacaden Ferguson, with 2 running backs in the backfield. As Wright, hard count, nobody jumps, hands it off, takes it himself up to the middle, brought down at the 31, right to the line of scrimmage. Fort Bend Marshall running back, or quarterback, runs like a running back, but tonight it's not showing with a very good P&G front 7 that hasn't allowed much rushing yards at all this year.
P&G has the answer for the run up the middle tonight so far with under a minute now to go in the half.
We've had the answer all season, it feels like. With 5 receivers on the field, nobody in the backfield but the quarterback here for Fort Bend. With 2 receivers to the far side and 3 to the near. Quarterback Wright gets a snap, looks to the right side of the field. Makes 1 miss, rolls out right, and he is brought down at the 45-yard line by number 47, Jacob Cabrera. Big stop by the big fellas in the front 7 for P&G.
Do you let the clock run? The clock is running, under 20 seconds left. They could just run it and go to halftime and go back to the drawing board, but do you try to get a playoff if you're Fort Bend Marshall?
Say let one eat down the field, but it looks like they're just going to let it run. And that will be it for the second quarter. The score is knotted up at 0 for the first time, and it feels like a while. There is no score at halftime. P&G fans very happy for the defensive side of the ball. Fort Bend Marshall doesn't look too thrilled by the way they've been playing P&G. After a very good first half, they look to come back out after this amazing halftime performed by both sides. Looks to take a lead.
So we will we'll come back after halftime again. The Port Neches Middle School and Groves Middle School bands will be performing with the Port Neches High School Purple Pride Band at halftime, so stick around for that. We will come back with some more action for you, but we will put down the mics and let you enjoy the show.
field, legendary announcer, Mr. Ted Durham. Bonsoir, mes amis, les bon temps roulé. It is with particular pleasure and profound pride to present to you the Purple Pride of Fort Neches-Groves, the Indian Band and Indianettes 2023-2024. Performing groups are under the field direction of drum majors Arlene Hernandez, Catherine Laporte, Cameron Style, and Zoe Yazan. Please direct your attention to the field as the Indian twirlers perform their routine to Stronger. The 2023-2024 Indian twirlers are co-head twirler Brooklyn Tolliver, co-head twirler Madison Tolliver, Clara Boone, Brooklyn Buckaloo, Evelyn Durham, Mary Jordan, Addison Matheson, Graceland Snyder, Evie Sticker, Elena Torres, Bella Weeks, Riley West. Indianettes will now take the field. 2023-2024 Indianette officers from left to right are Lieutenant Lily Segura, Lieutenant Cameron Mercer, Lieutenant Reese Woods, Captain Brady Ross, Lieutenant Paris Bodwine, Lieutenant Jaden Sieglin, Lieutenant Kinley Henneberry. Indianettes will now perform a routine to On Broadway. tradition for the Indian to announce the most outstanding individual of the week. Indian of the week is Reese Posella. Indian directors are Courtney Shakespeare, Alicia Barnett, and Laura Kendrick. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Indian Band and the 8th grade and future Indian Band members to the field for a joint performance of old-time rock and roll.
Hey sports fans, it's time for another On the Spot! Taylor Swift.
Mr. Baker.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to this very tight game between PNG versus Fort Bend Marshall. It is 0-0 to start off the second half. PNG, very successful running game, just big third down and fourth down stops by the Fort Bend defense, and PNG's defense hasn't allowed much running game from the quarterback, which is a big key to success for the Fort Bend side last year with their quarterback running a lot. PNG will kick it away to Fort Bend to start off this second half. Fort Bend starts off second half with the ball and will try to score this first points of the game. Osagira with the kick. Out around the 35-yard line is picked up by number 17, tackled by number 6, Chase Johnson at the 36. So Fort Bend starts with the ball at 36-yard line, 1st and 10, new drive, new half, new us, as PNG would like to say here, and see if we can't make a keep the defense the same. That doesn't have to be new. We can keep that there. PNG defense very successful at keeping Fort Bend Marshall off the board clearly, as they have 0. And, you know, see if Fort Bend Marshall is definitely trying to score after just about every game they're putting up a significant amount of points, but tonight has definitely been a different story. Quarterback to start off the half is number 6 for Fort Bend Marshall, Caleb Wright. Wright takes the snap, looks to the middle of the field. He'll roll out left, taking himself up to the 38-yard line. Touchdown, tapped down by number 6, Chase Johnson. That was not a touchdown. It is a 39, 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line, as the Fort Bend Marshalls coaches are very rowdy to start off the second half. Same set with 3 receivers to the far side, and one to the near single back is number 24. As Wright hands it off to the running back, and he gets a big gain up to the 43-yard line, and gain of 4 for the Mustangs. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 42-yard line. Some players to look out for on the defensive side of the ball for PNG. Number 26, Dylan Talbert, had a very great first half and all around the field with 4 tackles. Very strong appearance. Right, looks left, hits number 4, makes the grab, makes 2 miss, brought down at the 49-yard line. It'll be enough for a Fort Bend first down. They'll mark him down at the 50. Still good enough for a first down. 1st and 10 from the 50 for Fort Bend here. Quarterback is number 6, Caleb Wright. Be looking for backup quarterback, number 15, Caden Johnson. He subs in the game here and there. College-level quarterback, already as a sophomore. Very elite arm. Wright, thrown to number 85 in the middle of the field and is chopped up and defended well by number 10, Travis Cobb. Near interception right there for the Indians. Would have been clutch to start off the second half. Second and 10 from the 50-yard line. Wright gets the snap, hands it off to number 24 in the backfield, and he makes 2 miss, finds a hole in the middle, and is brought down at the 40-yard line. Big gain by the Fort Bend Marshall running back. That is number 24, Peyton Long. And Fort Bend Marshall will have a new set of downs at the 40-yard line. Fort Bend Marshall making some good adjustments at halftime. Starting off the half, driving down the field very well. As we have 1 receiver to the near side and 3 to the far. Single back is number 24 still. That is Peyton Long. Right, motions receiver to the left, slips up, but hands it off to him. Gets up to the 35, stays up for some extra yards, gets up to the 31. Clock is still going. That'd be 2nd and inches, maybe 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line. PNG looking to make some big stops here as Fort Marshall's finding a way to march down the field very well here. Haven't seen much of the big running back room that Fort Bend Marshall came into this game having. Receiver on the left side motions as Wright steps back, looks to the left of the field, throws it way downfield to number 4, and is nowhere close. Way over his head. Defended well by the man, number 28, Reed Richard. Three receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Running back is still number 24, Peyton Long. Wright gets a snap, hands it off to Long. Long to the right side, gets brought down around the 28-yard line. That'll be brought down the backfield. That'll be a loss of 1 for Fort Bend. There is a flag on the play. False start on the offense, bring it back 5 yards. That'll be a 3rd and 6. Penalty is definitely what PNG was looking for there. See if PNG can't get a big 3rd down stop and result of 4th down. If PNG can get a turnover here and get the ball back and score, scoring is the main goal, whether it be a field goal, touchdown, whatever. PNG needs it. So does Fort Bend Marshall, but we'd rather PNG. Wright gets the snap. As the receiver motions left, he'll hand it off to number 4, and he is stopped in the backfield. Tackle for loss by number 43 for the Indians. That is Mr. Isaac Uristegi. Isaac Uristegi was a player to watch out for, and he is definitely proving why he was a spotlight player. It'll be 4th and 7, way out of field goal range for the Fort Bend kicker here, as they'll have 3 receivers to the far side and that running back on Wright's behind Wright. But also be looking for that tight end, number 85 on Fort Bend Marshall. Has 2 catches tonight. Wright gets a snap, steps back, looks to the right of the field. He'll throw it and is incomplete. Nowhere close. Big 4th down stop a PNG defense. PNG defense is doing something tonight that is resulting in no offense by Fort Bend Marshall, which is not usual from that amazing team.
Want to step back in here. Thank you, Caden, for coming in strong with your commentary in the second half. I was downstairs taking pictures of my baby girl. My daughter was in the Port Neches Middle School band that performed at halftime, so I did my fatherly duties. Just got back up. But if you are a fan of the YouTube channel, you can rewatch halftime all you want, just like you can rewatch the game and all of Caden's great commentary that goes along with it.
First down and 10 here. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks to the right of the field. Throws a way downfield to number 11, London Unley. Just overthrown. Good defense there by the Fort Bend cornerback. That is number 2, Caleb Chester, on the coverage. Covered very well. Good throw. Just a little bit too far. Still, nice throw.
Step back in here. Also, just a shout out again to our broadcast partners, Cascade Machinery Vibration Solutions and Maria's Diner. We appreciate your support in helping with our broadcast, helping us do what we do.
Running back in the game is number 33, Isaiah Wynn, as Washington motions to the near side. Bailey hands it off to Wynn. Wynn up the middle, stopped at around just gain of 1 there, maybe 2. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 41-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Indians. Indians looking for a big gain here to maybe get us first down. Fort Bend Marshall also looking to put PNG on a 3-and-out on the first drive. That'd be important for the Fort Bend defense. Still trying to figure out what's going on, because it's crazy to me that this game is 0-0.
A field goal could win it. This could be the difference of the game if you just get close enough to knock one in.
It's like a timeout on the Fort Bend side of some miscommunication. Maybe they saw something they didn't want to see there. Some important players to watch out on the Fort Bend side in the second half that weren't noted in the first is number 9, Corian Randalls. And for a score update, I'll pass it to my friend Ella Owens.
At Fort Bend Willow Ridge versus Nederland, Fort Bend is falling far behind at 8, and Nederland's in the lead with 28. And at Dayton versus Santa Fe, Dayton has 35, and Santa Fe has 14.
Thank you. Nederland up ahead, Fort Bend Willow Ridge. Maybe expected there after Fort Bend Willow Ridge. Is that last year was their first year in the district, huh?
Yes, it was. It was our first time to see them. We'd done Fort Bend Marshall before in the playoffs, and they're generally a playoff matchup for us. But last year also was the first time we'd faced them in the regular season.
Bailey with 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. He'll step back, look to the left side of the field. Pass intended for number 7, Sean Gardner. It is caught at the 48-yard line. Sean Gardner's first catch of the season. Very clutch one for a gain of about 14. Long-awaited catch for number 7, Sean Gardner. That's got to feel good for him. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. At Fort Bend's 49-yard line as we cross the 50-yard line. Looking to march down the field here and score. Score. That's all we got to think here.
Any way possible. Touchdown, field goal. We just got to get some points.
As Bailey hands it off to Wynn. Wynn got a gain of about 3 there. Some nice aggressive blocking by the PNG offensive line. Playing nice and physical up there. Number 57, Parker Ferris.
You're not going to win by playing lightly.
Support note, number 7, Sean Gardner. Moved to receiver this year. Haven't seen much of him on the defensive side of ball. Very important, key defensive player last year.
Especially in that playoff matchup against Austin LBJ.
It was a great game. Austin LBJ was supposed to smoke us, quote-unquote.
Quote-unquote. Them and Liberty Hill.
Bailey gets the snap, tosses it to Wynn. Wynn up the middle again, gets up to the 39-yard line. Wynn bending ways that doesn't look comfortable at all, but gets right back up and gets ready to go for another one.
Took some Fort Bend players with him on a tumble there at the end.
Looks like they'll run the same play here. Toss to Wynn. Wynn up the middle again. Wynn up to the 35, to the 30, to the 29. That is the same exact play. Did the same exact bends.
If it ain't fixed,
Ooh,
don't break
looks
it.
like there's a flag on the play. Might be a false start on our side here. Referees talking it up, and it seems that it is encroachment on the defensive side. That'll be probably declined so we can keep the spot.
Result of the play.
Still talking it out here. It'll be first and something here. First and looks like we got first and 1. Which second and 1. All right, second and 1 at the 30-yard line here. Looks like, oh my, a little trickery there from the PNG side as Bailey fakes the toss to win. Same play 3 times in a row. No, it was not. He hands it off to number 40, Jada Matute. Some trickery that's never been seen before. PNG's offense has been very, very traditional all year. We haven't done too much extra, too much out of line. But right there is probably some of the first interesting stuff we've seen happen this year. As Bailey will get the snap, he'll look right. And he'll throw it to number 7, Sean Gardner on the screen. Sean Gardner gets up to the 15 and is brought down at the 13-yard line. Sean Gardner, big gain of about 7 right there. It'll be, say, 2nd and 5, sorry.
He stayed in bounds. Clock keeps on running. We're just about to the 4-minute 30 mark in the third quarter.
Sean Gardner a little bit quiet in the first half with 2 drops, but comes into the second half nice and hot and 2 catches, big catches. Bailey with the hard count trying to get somebody to jump. No one moves, gets the play from the sideline. Tosses to Win. Not a fake this time. Win gets up 10-5. Touchdown, Isaiah Nguyen. PNG strikes first. 6-0 PNG. Isaiah Win. It was bound to happen. Bound to. Shout out Kanye. Isaiah Win. Very clutch there. PNG strikes first. And that might be a big changing factor in this game. Isaiah Win. Some very good rushes all night. It had to happen.
Back and forth, 0-0. But now with just 4:09 left in the third quarter.
Good snap, good hold, great kick. It is good. PNG goes up 7-0. PNG strikes first. Let's see if we can't just get another stop here and score again. It's about 4 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Isaiah Win scores the first touchdown of the game. First district touchdown by PNG this year is made by Isaiah Win. PNG looks to kick it away to the Fort Bend side as they march out there. Maybe looks like some miscommunication with the T out there, but Isaiah Win been making some very good runs all night. We've seen a lot of him. That same little toss we've had all night with 2 fullbacks right behind the quarterback. They'll motion one to the left or to the right, and then they'll just toss it to Win. He goes up the middle, and it's yet to be stopped all night long. PNG marches out there to kick it away. The kicker is number 39, Giovanni Osagira. 2 men back deep to return the kick is number 0, William Mitchell, and number 13, Cameron Penny.
Still a fairly full crowd here on the reservation at our side. Again, parents of those who played with the middle school band sure sticking around and filling some of the empty spaces. But it's purple to purple, and they're all happy now that we've got 7 points.
Kick gets to the 35-yard line, recovered at the 35, and he breaks 3 or 4 tackles and gets up to the 44-yard line. Nice return there. PNG, big tackle by number 81, Freddie Torres. Freddie Torres with maybe a really clutch tackle, so that almost could have been brought to the house if we didn't get the stop there.
Freddie Torres, son of Spanish teacher, Miss Torres. Great teacher.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Fort Bend Marshall looks to replicate what P&G did on the first drive. Quarterback is still number 6, right. He'll step back, look to the middle of the field, looks to the right of the field. Oof. Gets out of the pocket and is thrown up in the air. Tip drill caught by Mason Winchell. Interception for P&G. He gets up to the 45. Big defensive stop by the P&G side. Mason Winchell, one of the players to watch out for, makes a big, big stop.
That brought the crowd to the feet here at the Res. Everyone clapping along as Cherokee plays. Turnover.
Momentum shifted totally to the P&G side as with the big run, touchdown by Isaiah Wynn, and the big interception by number 4, Mason Winchell. Man, P&G comes out different, just different in the second half. They will take over around the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from there, looking to repeat what they did last drive. On the play, running back number 24, Peyton Long, was shaken up. Got off the field on his own power, though. Timeout by P&G. Maybe some miscommunication there. P&G used their first timeout of the half.
Up 7-0. 7-0. You can't win a game 0-0.
Nope.
But you can win a game 7-0.
Sure can, but P&G looks to win it by a lot more here.
Let's do it. Add to that score.
Don't get it wrong. 7-0 is not a big lead, but in this game, it feels like it. 7-0 could be what it takes.
If you watching this again on the YouTube channel, then you can have the all the videos that we post on the YouTube channel at your fingertips right there. Do us a favor, check out the pep rally from today. We live streamed it. It was the Glow in the Dark pep rally, the first time P&G's ever done it. Principal Dr. Ryan, I've already heard him say he was a bit skeptical at first of whether or not we could pull it off. However, I think we have found a new tradition at P&G, as we are definitely looking forward to the next time we do that. We don't plan on doing a Glow in the Dark pep rally every week, but maybe once a year, and the students in the student section definitely loved it.
Dr. Ryan almost got caught by the lane police. But the fantastic Mr. Deckard, student activities director.
It was a great show.
Great. Same play, toss to Win. Up the middle, it is stopped around the 45. Just one of the first times it's happened tonight on a big stop. Maybe some extracurricular, but.
No, there's a helmet rolling around on the ground.
Yeah. He looks to be a little what is that word?
Aggravated? Frustrated?
Aggravated,
frustrated, all the above.
Mad at someone. Definition of whatever word I'm trying to use. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. The running back is number 33, Isaiah Wynn, with the extra tight end on the left side. As Washington motions to the far side, Bailey gets the snap and hands it to Wynn. Wynn up the middle gets back up to the 42-yard line. That'll be 3rd and 8 for the Indians here. There's a flag. Finally gets a little flag there for maybe some unsportsmanlike conduct. If you heard that, no, you didn't.
Nope.
Maybe a little hot mic action. What's football without hot mics? As we wait for the call, I will get a score update from my friend Ella Owens.
At Nederland versus Fort Bend Willow Ridge, the score is 8-35. Nederland far in the lead. And at Dayton versus Santa Fe, Dayton is at 35 also, and Santa Fe is at 14.
Thank you, Ella. Nederland pulling away from Fort Bend Willow Ridge. May start seeing some backups get in the game there as they try to finish that game off. First week of district play for teams in our district. It's
Santa Fe was a team that did well in the non-district schedule. Here behind now in their first district contest.
A little unsportsmanlike conduct on the P&G side that'll set us back pretty far. It'll be a 3rd and very long, 22. One receiver to the far side will be London Nunley. Slot receiver to the near side is Sean Gardner. Far receiver, or nearest receiver, is number 80, Noah Washington. He'll hand the ball off to Isaiah Wynn. Gets up to the 49-yard line. Some people would think that's a questionable call, but with the runs that he's been having tonight, I wouldn't even think so. 49-yard line, 4th and 14 here. PNG to punt it away. Pin them is what we're trying to do here. Pin them way deep. Give us great field position to work on defense. See if we can hold them to a 0 spot once again. Good snap, good kick. Lands at the 25 and is caught at the 25. 25-yard line is where the Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes will start. 1st and 10. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. PNG defense looking to keep on doing what we've been doing.
While we were waiting, I want to give a plug to a good event coming up. That's a good project celebration. Project graduation fundraiser. Neches River Wheelhouse Annual Chili Cook-Off, September 30th from 10 a.m. to whenever it ends. $5 will get you a tasting cup to taste all the different chili that the teams have, and proceeds will go to fund Project Graduation.
On that play, Fort Bend ran a read option taken by the sophomore quarterback, number 15, Caden Johnson. He was brought back for a loss of 2 there. It'll be 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line. Quarterback 1B is in the game, not 1A.
Is that the first backup?
First backup.
All right.
See, I don't know if there's a third quarterback on here. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far single back. Quarterback Johnson steps back, looks right. Perfect place ball and is incomplete. 3rd down and 12. Very well thrown pass there by the sophomore quarterback. You could see why colleges like Colorado are interested in a player like him, and that pass there in a perfect spot. Just if you're throwing it to Reed Richard, it's hard to catch the pass. I mean,
Coach Prime doing great things. Could do great things with an athlete like that.
very nice frame too. 6'5", 215 as a quarterback. Looks like somebody we know on this team. Just not number 15, number 19. As receiver number 14 motions to the left. Johnson steps back, looks downfield, hits number 14. He is tackled. Makes 2 miss, actually. He makes 4 miss. Big gain right there. Gets up to the 32-yard line. Maybe a little late hit, but
no flag.
No flag means no gain. Looks like Fort Bend might punt the ball away here. This might be the first punt of the game for Fort Bend. Is this the first punt?
Maybe.
Second punt.
Second punt, but yeah, you're
Big
right.
Third down stop. Punting the ball away is number 82 for Fort Bend Marshall. That is Miguel Diaz. And back deep for PNG is number 7, Sean Gardner. Sean Gardner's first time returning a punt here. Let's see what he can do. High snap. Second high snap on the second punt. Rolls to the 45, to the 40, to the 36. Good punt there. Man, Fort Bend Marshall punter making something out of nothing on both punts tonight. I mean, some great rolls, I guess, but
PNG there to at least put a stop to it and not let it get carried away.
not bad field position for the next drive at the, looks like their mark is down at 36.
Not sure if the cameras will pan down to it, but down on the track is the future frontline camp participants that are down there twirling with the current varsity twirlers on the sideline. Good experience for those youngins to encounter. Youngins. Youngins.
Great word. Two receivers to the far side are London Nunley and Sean Gardner. And the near receiver is number 80, Noah Washington, as Bailey gets a snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn gets up to the 34, and he gets more yards, up to the 36. How is the question? How's he him?
Clock is ticking, though, as we approach 10 seconds left in the third quarter. It should run down here. I don't think they'll try for a play.
PNG will let the clock run out, and that will be it for the third quarter. PNG up 7-0 after a big first 2 drives to score the first points of this game. The momentum is on the PNG side by far here. See if we can't keep that going with this great running game in favor of number 33, Isaiah Wynn, and backed up by number 15, Blair Chatanier. Some very, very important defensive stops, not led by anyone, but stops are just by everyone.
It's good team effort, that's what you call it right there.
Team effort. The teamwork is making the dream work right now.
Now, if you are home watching this, regardless of where you are, maybe you're at Larry and Rita's, maybe you're at a restaurant watching this, maybe you just left the game and turned the TV on and turned us on. Either way, 741 of you are watching us right now, so we thank you for tuning in to our broadcast. As always, you can watch the game here. If you can find your way to a radio, you can listen to it on 92.5 FM. If you have a computer, and if you're watching us on YouTube, you probably do have one, you can go to 925.com and pull the radio stream up, listen to Francis, Lance, and Rachel, as they've done a good job of calling these games for years. But we appreciate you watching us.
Or maybe you're my Uncle Mark watching at home. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near as Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn up the middle, pushes for extra yards up to the 44-yard line. That'll be 3rd and 3 for the Indians. Say 3rd and 3.5 as PNG sub in the big man for a heavy set here. Be looking for a run, maybe even that toss that's been working effectively all night. Hard count, nobody jumps, looks to the side for the play. Bailey looks back to relay the play to the running backs. Pitches it to Wynn. Wynn, one guy gets him in the backfield and brings him down for a loss.
Doesn't think, nope.
Right back at the line of scrimmage, actually. It'll be 4th and 3 from the same spot. See what Port Neches does here, PNG.
Kid, and your parents here tonight?
My mom is definitely here, and so is my grandpa. Shout out to my peeps. And I'm sure my dad is watching from somewhere, and I'm sure my aunt is definitely watching. Shout out Tori and Morgan and Scarlett and all my people. Snap. Very good snap. Very perfect punt. And is caught at the 20. He's brought up to the 25, to the 30, to the 32, and is brought down there. Good punt, good return, and good stop on the defensive side. Also important to note, KK at the Astros game watching. It's crazy. Fort Bend Marshall takes over at the 32-yard line. A lot of back and forth
sports
with
fans,
the
it's time for
ball.
another
Not quite with
On
scoring,
the
but definitely with the ball here. I would say
Mangoes.
Cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Mike's Old Fashioned Soda Fountain.
Powered by Cascade.
Fashion. Quarterback is number 6, Wright. He'll hand the ball off to number 24 here. Goes all the way to the outside and is tackled in the backfield once again by the PNG front 7. That is number 43, Isaac Urastegui.
This defense is bringing it tonight. It's just not giving Fort Bend Marshall anything.
PNG defense, not the best of best year during the regular season last year. Stepped it up a lot during the playoffs, which maybe set us up for that long run.
You definitely needed a big effort from them tonight to get to this point.
Play action and broken up way downfield by number 28, Reed Richard. Reed Richard, some great defense. I mean, he can't. If you're getting guarded by Reed Richard, you're probably not going to end up with the ball in your hands.
It's that baseball player speed.
As the receiver he was guarding is number 4, Jacaden Ferguson, a little bit shaken up there. Walks off fine. He'll be back in the game a little bit. So he jogs off the field. Maybe just a little cramped up.
It's kind of humid down there tonight.
Oh, my. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It was definitely pretty humid before this game.
Caden likes to go down and watch the action before the game, take in some of the activity going on, maybe confirm some notes he has taken throughout the week.
If you ever see a tall ginger boy with a purple shirt before the game and you're at the stadium, that is definitely me.
Or a Weasley twin, one of the two.
Yeah. So we have 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the far as Fort Bend. Looks like a Fort Bend timeout, maybe. Some bad communication here, I can't tell. Maybe a Fort Bend timeout. As we wait to see whose timeout it was, I'll send it to my friend Ella for a score update.
Oh, okay. Fort Bend Willow Ridge versus Nederland. The score is still unchanged with Fort Bend at 8 and Nederland far ahead at 35. And Santa Fe versus Dayton. Dayton is also very far ahead at 41 and Santa Fe at 14.
Thank you, Ella. Dayton with the lead, finished 3rd in our district last year. Important player on that team is Big O lineman, my aunt's brother Jack. As receiver, motions to the left side. Quarterback right, steps back, looks to the left side of the field, rolls out left, throws it way downfield to the receiver. Number 17, looks like it's caught out of bounds because you know who was guarding him. Reed Richard, not letting anything fly in his zone. Looks like it'll be a 4th and far. 4th and far or 3rd and far? 4th and far. 4th and really long. As a Fort Bend coach is on the field, he looks to be a little bit frustrated at the officials.
Well, out of bounds is out of bounds.
Screaming won't make the officials change the play, so it looks like it'll be the punt group here for Fort Bend. Let's probably reset the play clock here as they're talking to the play clock. Does run down to 0, but looks like we're talking to the coaches here, so they'll probably just reset that clock and let them kick it away. Looks like the play clock will get reset up to 9 minutes, 47 seconds.
You're going to give us a chance to add some points to this 7-point cushion right here.
Good snap.
Ooh.
Almost stopped. Lets it land, rolls up to the 35, to the 30, to the 28. 28-yard line as the punter barely gets the ball off it. He's hitting the backfield, but good job there by the punter to kick that ball away and set us back to the 28-yard line. Good spot.
Once again, as we are in the 4th quarter, I'd like to give a shout-out to our business partners, our broadcast sponsors, our main broadcast sponsors, Cascade Machinery Vibration Solutions and Maria's Diner. We appreciate your support. Maria's Diner, if you are in Groves tomorrow morning for the Pecan Parade, stop by Maria's Diner. I'm telling you, if you are in the mood for a breakfast taco or 2, that is the place to go.
Might actually go there.
Yeah, there you go. Go by Marie's Diner.
2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Bailey hands it off to Wynn. Wynn up to the middle. Gets up to the 33-yard line. Mark him down at the 32. That'll be a gain of 4. Be 2nd and 6 here for the Indians. Wynn, he's got to be near 100 yards rushing. I mean, he's definitely getting at least 4 to 5 yards every single carry. It's just Isaiah Wynn have a very good night. I don't know if we get players of the game, but he's definitely should be one of them.
Caden, if you want, we can let you denote a player of the game toward the end. Just who you think. Go for it. I trust you.
Bailey gets the snap, hands off to Wynn on the low snap. Wynn gets up to the line of scrimmage and gets some extra up to the 35-yard line. The 3rd and 4 here for the Indians as they bring in the big men. Here goes a run. Don't tell anyone now. Can't be too loud with the coaches right next to us. Bailey, or maybe a pass.
There go the cheerleaders.
Bailey. Hard count. Looks aside for the play. Looks like it's going to be a toss up the middle. Bailey gets the snap. Tosses it.
Oh.
Wynn gets the snap.
Gets
up to the 40. It gets up to the 45 and up to the 48-yard line. Big first down and even more for Isaiah Wynn.
And even more, we get positive yard, we get a first down, and we run that clock. We are now under 8 minutes to go.
Huge gain right there by the PNG running back, and now they check in a different one. That'll be number 15, number 15, Blair Chatanier, as a Fort Bend Marshall defender shaking up on the play. It's about 8 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. PNG is up 7-0. PNG looking to keep on running with this running game and can't really be stopped right now. Some nice gains, managing this clock well.
As we go to timeout,
Injury timeout.
just to narrate what we're seeing from up here, we got a packed stands, band, packed student section down there, full of neon. As again, we did have the glow in the dark pep rally. So if you were wondering why the bright colors, if you happen to be at the game and you're watching this on Saturday, you're like, why are they so bright over there? It's because they had those colors on from the pep rally.
Definitely a very great pep rally. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier fights for as much yards as he can. That'll only be 2, though. Gets him up to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 8. I'd like to note how fast Chatanier can get off the line. As soon as the ball snaps, it feels like he's already at the line of scrimmage. Chatanier runs with some great power, with some very good speed, soccer player skills. 2nd and looks like they gave us some extra here. It'll probably be 2nd and 7. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. As Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier stopped at the line. It's brought back. They'll mark him down right at the line of scrimmage at the 48-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the PNG offense as 2 receivers check into the game. Number 28, Reed Richard, is in the game. Look for a big, big pass right here. Reed Richard has gotten about 6 plays on the offensive side of the ball, and every single time it goes to him. That's a big play. Don't press him. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks at the left side. And it's very good pressure, sacked in the backfield by number 16, Noriel Pac-Man Dominguez.
Pac-Man.
A nice nickname there. Player to watch out for. Pretty quiet in the first half, but comes out in the fourth quarter, makes a big clutch sack for the Fort Bend side. Fort Bend with a little momentum, see if they want to score here. PNG defense looking to stop that as normal.
There's that student section we were talking about briefly.
London Nunley with the outstanding punt.
Great punt.
Very good catch by number 17 on the returning end. Brought out around the 16-yard line. Very good punt.
Oof. He just missed my photographer.
Oof.
He just grazed Annabella down there. I see her getting out of the way.
Very good punt. Don't know where that came from. High punt, far punt. That looked like an NFL punt. Man. Fort Bend takes over at the 17-yard line about. Yep, 17-yard line. New set of downs. Great field position for the PNG defense to try to keep them contained with. There's 5 minutes, 49 seconds left to go. Getting to crunch time here at the reservation as PNG only leads 7-0. The quarterback is still number 6, Caleb Wright. Wright gets the snap with 2 running backs in the backfield, hands it off to the running back number 24, and he's tackled by number 94, Jonathan Hernandez. That'll be a gain of nothing. Jonathan Hernandez, big man, being pretty quiet this game, but that's a very welly built O-line right there. That O-line is nice and heavy, I guess you could say. I mean, what is that, a 6'6" right tackle right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'6", just a humongous guy that Jonathan
Zachary
Hernandez.
Chapman, that would be, was it?
Yes. That's
Chapman, yes.
Quarterback drops the snap, fumbled, picked up by the PNG side. It's PNG's ball. PNG will get the ball around the 15-yard line. Humongous stop by PNG as the snap was bobbled by the quarterback, and PNG makes most of it and picks it up.
Oh, there we are.
PNG offense takes the ball over at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. PNG, amazing defense. Looks like I figured out who the defensive player of the game is.
We're on the 15. We're on the 10.
Oh, we're on the 10. I take that back. Some nice field position there.
That's great field position.
I feel like we might have got a little lucky there. Looks like we got the ball down around the 13, but they mark us down to the 10, so we'll take it.
Generous spot.
But it will be 1st and goal, so we only have 4 downs to work with here, as we do have a heavy set, 2 fullbacks and 1 running back. Fullback motions to the left, hands it off to Win. Win up the middle, up to the 7-yard line. Is stood up 2 yards in front of the line. They'll mark him down at the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 8. Heavy set stays on the field with quarterback, 2 fullbacks, and a tight end and an extra lineman. Which is probably an eligible receiver as well, so maybe you can see a little pop pass to the big number 75, Mario Miguel. Mario Miguel started out the season a little banged up with injuries. Hands off to Win. Win tries to get to the outside, but couldn't find a hole. He gets brought down at the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 11. It's about 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in this 4th quarter. PNG brings in their 4 receivers, checking in. Change that. 17, Landon English checks back out of the game. 3 receivers in for PNG. 7, Sean Gardner. Number 11, London Nunley. And number 80, Noah Washington.
The clock ticks to under 4 minutes left to go in the game.
We're looking for Sean Gardner in the middle of the field here. As the running back is Isaiah Wynn. Bailey motions London Nunley to the left side. Bailey gets a snap, fakes the handoff, steps back, looks to the right of the field, throws it to Washington. Inside the 5, he is brought down at the 3-yard line, 4-yard line. Big decision here for the Indians. 4th and goal from the 4. What do we do? Looks like PNG is going to send the field goal unit in to take a 2-score lead.
That's a good call with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Looks like coaches are debating it over there. Sending the field goal unit out. PNG looking to score this field goal and get us up by 2 points. Very important field goal here. Coach Feller looked to want to be more aggressive there and score a touchdown, but Coach Luttrell overcalls that decision.
Coach Luttrell.
Osagura, good snap, good hold, good kick. Looks, I guess not actually, looks like it is missed on the right side. Could have been a roughing the kicker call there, but looks like there's no call for that.
Oh, that's crucial right there.
Very big stop there, buddy.
You wanted to go up by at least a 2-score or touchdown and field goal situation, but come away from this drive, this missed opportunity, so close.
Big stop there by the Fort Bend special teams. Fort Bend offense looks to take advantage of that. As the PNG faithful breaks out into a defense chant as Fort Bend will take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs to march down the field. Just 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. PNG is only leading 7-0 after maybe a questionable call with roughing the kicker, but can't go back now. Quarterback is number 15, Johnson. He hands it off to number 4, the receiver, motioning left. He is brought down by number 26, Dylan Talbert. Dylan Talbert having a I would say, career night. He has about 6 tackles, 3 for loss. Great night there as they stop the Buffaloes to a gain of 2. As it looks like we have timeout on the field, injury timeout on the field.
As the band plays Seven Nation Army, again, an Indian Press favorite. Love some White Stripes. Love that.
White Stripes. And I will send it to my friend Ella Owens for a score update.
At Dayton versus Santa Fe, Dayton is very far in the lead with 56-14. And at Fort Bend versus Nederland, Nederland is also very far in the lead with 42-8.
Thank you, Ella. Both teams starting off the district play very hot. Santa Fe falling behind just a little bit in district play.
Meant to stop the game clock there, but the game clock should be at 3:07 left. That's 3:07 left. Possibly being in a tie with at least Nederland and at least Dayton for first in district if we can finish this game.
Be looking for a lot of passes as the quarterback in the game is number 15, Caden Johnson. Johnson gets the snap, steps back, looks left, looks downfield. He'll roll out right, get out of the pocket, and is right out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gain of 2. Doesn't hurt the Indian defense at all. There's 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to go. 3rd and 5. Big third down here for the Indians defense. Let's see if we can't get a little 3 and out here. 3rd down and 5. It'll be, looks like one receiver to the far side. That is number 4, Jacada Ferguson. One receiver to the near side. 2 running backs. As Johnson gets a snap, fakes the handoff, play action, throw to number 4, and this strapped up by the man, number 28, Reed Richard. There's a flag around the line of scrimmage. Maybe see a holding call here. Very well defended there by Reed Richard, receiver. Looks like they're going to wave off the flag. No call on the play. It'll be a 4th and 5. Reed Richard, very good coverage as the receiver may have been looking for a defensive pass interference there, but it was not given to him. 4th and 5. As everyone at the reservation
stands up
on this very important play. We have 4 receivers on the field. Number 14 we have 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the far with the single back formation. The running back is number 24, Peyton Long. Quarterback stays the same. Timeout by the PNG side. PNG maybe trying to freeze up the Buffalo side, or maybe they didn't see what they wanted to see there.
2 minutes, 39 seconds left.
Be looking here for Fort Bend Marshall's guy. They feel that is number 3, Andre Feast. He is a junior receiver, leads the team in mostly every receiving category you can possibly have. He's having a great year so far, but
Feast is a beast.
Feast is a beast, unless he's getting guarded by Reed Richard. Because Reed Richard is that man.
The shutdown man of PNG.
Shutdown man. Takes me back to Preston Hughes.
You can see a little, if you can hear a little bit, I just turned up the field mic, which lets some sound come in from the outside. That is the band and the reservation crowd with the war chant, hoping to pump this defense up.
Three receivers to the far side and a single back. The single back is number 24, Peyton Long, quarterback. Stays the same. It is Johnson. Johnson takes the snap. Looks to the left side of the field. Throws it down to number 4. It is nowhere near. Pass incomplete. PNG Indians take over at the ball with the 25-yard line. PNG might have just taken the game right there. Let's keep the ball. No turnovers here. See if PNG can't run the clock out here.
If this game ends 7-0, I definitely did not have that on my bingo card for the night.
Definitely not. PNG came into the game not quite the favorite, as a lot of people on the web had Fort Bend Marshall. But what would PNG care about the web?
No, not a lot. You know, you got to show up and play the game. And sometimes those predictions or the talking heads behind the sports desk seem to feel like what their opinion is may matter a little bit more. But you got to show up and play the game every Friday night. You can't predict accurately what's going to happen.
1 first down for the Indians here, and this could be it. As Wynn is the running back in the backfield. He hands it off to him. Wynn is marked down around the 25, right around the line of scrimmage. It is timeout by the Fort Bend side. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock around 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Both teams have 1 timeout remaining.
1 timeout by both sides. It's a true statement. PNG probably just run this clock out. Maybe see a little surprise play with a little play action.
All right.
Seems fun.
Time for my turn to give a shout out there, Caden. Can I?
Shoot. Go ahead.
To Penelope Robles.
Oh.
Who is apparently watching us.
Wow.
Yay, Caden.
Very busy woman she is.
Up there at Kilgore College, being a Rangerette.
The sergeant of the Rangerettes.
There we go.
Freshman class. As just last year, she was dressed up in the white like Brady Ross as the captain of the Indianettes and all the other lieutenants that work hard 24/7.
Not just Indianettes, but of course our twirlers, our cheerleaders, our band, our G crew, our Indian press, all down there doing their thing on Friday nights along with the football team.
4 receivers on the field. It is number 28, Reed Richards on the field. As Bailey will just hand it off to Isaiah Wynn. Wynn brought down around the 23-yard line. That looks like the first time ever that Reed Richard has been on the field and the pass was not intended to go to him because there's no pass there. But Reed Richard is on the field, so look for a big pass here. As he checks out of the game and looks like there's going to be a heavy group in, may see a run or play action.
We know what we will see is in a couple seconds, we are now at 2 minutes remaining in the game.
No timeout called here, as Fort Bend Marshall does indeed still have 1 left. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go. 2 receivers on the field are London Numley and Noah Washington. 3 seconds on the play clock. PNG gets it off, hands it to Chatanier. Chatanier brought down at the 20. It'll be 4th down and 5 from the 20-yard line. Looks like Fort Bend calls a timeout.
Their final.
See if Osagira can't make his way onto the field and just about put this game to ice. No pressure, as if we make this, the game is over. If we don't, they have a chance. But with the PNG defense, I wouldn't quite be worried about it. Fort Bend freshman and JV team did get the wins this week, as they did put a beating on the freshman and JV teams for us. But, you know, freshman B team, or white team, very good game against Bridge City. Quarterback Parker Ross, very good week.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I believe before the playoff game last year, Fort Bend Marshall was running a 3-game winning streak against us in the playoffs. But if this game finishes out as this would be 2 in a row for PNG.
I don't think you're mistaken. I don't think. I'd like to think I'm pretty intelligent on that, and I think that's right. As the PNG is looking to kick here. Osagira ready to go. Snap, low, hold, perfect, kick. Perfect,
Good.
It is good. PNG goes up 10-0. That might just be it. PNG goes up 10-0. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. There is a flag on the play.
Of course.
Looks like it might be on the Fort Bend side, though. As the referees talk it over, Coach Joseph, Osagira comes in clutch when it matters most. Very, very clutch kick right there. I would like to thank all the soccer players that play football and kick for us.
Well, going to PNGIndians.com, which is always a great reference for anything PNG related, it looks like maybe the wins for us have not been updated. It looks like Fort Bend Marshall.
That's right.
That is right.
Yes. Fort Bend Marshall has won 4 times. We've only taken this once.
Well, twice if you count the playoff game.
Nope.
No, you are correct. We have only. This would be the second win.
This would be the second win.
It would be the second win in a row. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Looks like some miscommunication here by the officiating. Oh, looks like PNG's offense is making their way back onto the field. This is interesting.
Was there a penalty that allows us to keep going?
There was a penalty, but I don't quite know what it was. So see what we got here.
Do we have to re-kick? The score has not changed on the scoreboard.
Score has changed now. It is 7-0 Indians now.
Wait, if we made the field goal, it would be 7-10. No, 10-0, right?
Yeah. Offense is back on the field, so that means that the kick is wiped away, but the PNG offense is back on the field with the first and goal from the 10.
Okay.
They could knee this ball, and the game would be over, so let's see if we do that. Looks like we will just knee the ball out to secure the first win in district play, but you never know. Crazier things have happened.
No timeouts for Fort Bend Marshall, so whatever happens here, if this is victory formation, and it will be.
It's need.
Oh, this is going to feel good.
Play clock runs down. One more play. One more knee. This could be it.
It's not just the fact that we're going to get the W at Fort Bend Marshall, but we're doing it at home.
Yes.
In district.
PNG, Purple Pride, crowd, band, Indian Nets, cheerleaders, everyone comes up clutch with great atmosphere all game. Very loud, was very important. So we may have to take 2 more plays here.
That's fine. It's only second down.
Good snap.
Yep.
Is need. One more play.
One
more play.
I'm happy to see that we're not being chippy down there either. You know, sometimes teams will line up and just get one good last hit in just to do it. But it was a hard-fought game. 0-0 until midway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
And then
I say a win changed that.
Yep. Speaking of player of the game,
I would like to give it out.
Do it.
Offensive player of the game, Isaiah Wynn, great game. Scored the only touchdown on our side. Very, very great game, an important touchdown there. And defensive player of the game, PNG defense as a whole gets the player of the game. As the clock will run down to 0, PNG takes the first district opener here at the reservation, 7-0 over the Fort Bend Marshall Buffaloes. PNG starts off district 1-0. That will increase them to a 3-1 overall record, 1-0 district record. And Fort Bend Marshall will drop to 3-1 as well, and they will have 0-1 district record. And PNG looks to keep this momentum going against next week against Texas City at Texas City. And that'll be all of anything from me tonight. I will see y'all next week.
Next week we do have the game in Texas City. But more importantly for the district-wide, that means an early release. So if you're watching and you are the parent of a youngin' in the district, just know that the school will release early, 2 hours for each campus to allow for travel to Texas City. It is a long way. It's not only a long way, but it's a long way along a busy highway on a busy part of the day. So, yes, plan to get on the road early and get there and be safe instead of trying to rush your way there. As the teams shake hands and our team runs over to the student section side to congregate and take the ritual team picture post-win. And so we, again, appreciate almost 800 watching tonight, watching this W. I want to give a shout-out, as we do here on this broadcast, to the PNG Primetime crew. Not only are our cameramen, this is a student broadcast. I am pretty much the only adult here in the room. But for those of you who are giving compliments to the photographers and videographers and everyone associated with this broadcast that you're seeing and hearing, the PNG Primetime crew, which is the Friday morning broadcast show run by Mr. Picasso inside P&G High School. They're running the cameras. They're doing the camera work for the Jumbotron scoreboard, which is also what gets fed into our broadcast. We just lay the graphic over on the bottom and update the score and run the clock. So everything you see was shot by students. You're hearing Caden do a great job. I am trying my best just to step back and stay out of his way and not mess up a good game being called. So he's doing a great job. Freshman in my intro class. I want to give a shout out to him for his preparation and all of his hard work. Ella joined our broadcast, week 2? Week 2, yeah. And has been with us from week 2 to week 5 now, and has given us not only our score updates from games that we're watching online, but also she runs the Twitter accounts, and whenever we have a score or there's a score update, that is her on Twitter that provides that update there. Tonight we had one score update on Twitter, so for all of her hard work, again, we appreciate everyone being up here and participating. Give a shout out to, again, our wonderful school administration, Dr. Ryan, for letting us do what we do, and our school administrator, superintendent, Dr. Mike Gonzalez, and Miss Julie Gautier. We appreciate everything you have done for us and are doing for us and continue to do for us. And so that's the last game from here for right now. We will have some games on the road. So bear with us as we try to navigate that territory. It was taking our show on the road and trying to put on a decent product for us. So anyway, for Caden, Ella, and I, we want to thank you again for watching our broadcast. And if you want to do so again, check it out tomorrow. Check it out all weekend because it'll be on the YouTube channel. And we will see you again next week from Texas City.